And if you don't bloom, you are going in the trash, going in the trash, going in the trash. Hey guys, it's me Astrid, and today I'm coming at you with a little bit of an orchid rant because something is annoying the fuck out of me and has for years. Let's talk about it. Question: what happens every single time, like literally every single time, someone asks for an orchid ID in any form on the internet? What happens? Well, did you know that a NOID is always a NOID? Because, well, you can see that there are many complex hybrids and you'll never be able to identify that. So, a NOID is always a NOID. Am I right? It is the same canned fucking speech that people give all the time, and it drives me crazy. Do you know why? It's because the way people say it is never really in a way that's showing someone or educating someone. It's in kind of a shitty naysayer way, or at least that's how I seem to interpret it. It's like, I want to sound smart, I'm going to issue this canned speech, and I'm going to naysay this person all at once, and it's just shitty. It drives me nuts. I understand that it's good to discourage people from just slapping a label on their orchid and saying this is it, and then taking it and getting it judged, or like hybridizing other orchids with it and then having an incorrect lineage in the Royal Horticultural Society and all that shit. Like, I get that. It's good to let people know that not every single plant can be ID'd. But the other thing is just the naysayer side of it that really drives me crazy. It's like, you can never know what that is. Today on Reddit, I saw someone post a picture of a Nellie Eiler, a Baragiara Nellie Eiler, or whatever they're calling it these days. And someone issued that fucking stupid canned statement, like, it's a NOID, it's always a NOID. And I'm like, no, that is a Nellie Eiler. That is a classic orchid. There are no other hybrids that look like that. That is a Nellie Eiler. You can say that with confidence. But people just love to say this, and it drives me nuts. I want to give you some good reasons why it's good to give someone a potential ID, even though we all know that you can't always 100% certain ID an orchid. 1, maybe they want to know what the orchid is so that they can get another one. Imagine if you have a favorite orchid that you think is so beautiful and then it dies. What are you gonna do? You can't replace it if you don't know what it was called. And even if someone gives you the wrong ID, getting a similar plant that looks really close is a very nice thing. Another time, maybe you want to know the ID of the plant because, hey, something in its lineage seems like it's a really neat plant. Well, then you can go back through a similar or the correct plant's lineage and find some really cool parents. Like my Brassocatlia green bird, it has, Brassocatlia binosa as one of the parents. That's gorgeous. It makes wonderful offspring, and I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't have had some form of ID for this Brassavola looking orchid with purple spots. I wouldn't have known that. And another reason to have the ID is just so you can say, like, oh, look, this is my what looks like a Phal amabilis. Here you go. And you can say that, and then other people can learn, what does this kind of look like. You can always issue a disclaimer like, this was a no ID, I think this was the ID. Or in the case of the Baragiara Nellie Eiler that was on Reddit today, you can absolutely ID some orchids. Some orchids are knowable. It just drives me nuts. And I think the biggest problem is with people trying to ID complex hybrid phals and complex hybrid cattleyas, especially, and also trying to ID orchids like catasetums. Any complex hybrid, you may not always find a good ID for it. You may not. But I know sometimes with Phalaenopsis orchids, you can go on like Norman's Orchids and look at their catalog. Sometimes you find one that is like 99%, that's definitely probably it. That's a nice thing. And, as long as you're not going around running and registering it with the Royal Horticultural Society or getting it judged with the incorrect ID at AOS shows or anything like that, there's no problem with labeling your NOIDs. There's no problem with offering a suggestion of an ID for someone's orchid. This drives me insane. So people who issue this argument,
well, a no ID is just, it's always going to be a no ID, and I'm just smarter than you.
before you open your mouth or start typing on the keyboard, think, is what I'm about to say adding to the discussion, or am I just flapping my chops so I can sound smart? Think about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a nice day. I hope you find IDs for your no IDs. And take care. Happy growing. Bye-bye.